to the Season of Self-Love, your daily dose of inspiration and encouragement. I'm your host, Nyomi Banks, and I am thrilled to be here with you today. This podcast is brought to you by Ask Nyomi and Elevate Me Self-Discovery. Are you ready to elevate your mindset and embrace the power of self-love? Well, have you come to the right place? Each day we'll dive into topics that will empower and inspire you on your journey towards self-discovery and personal growth. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthy relationships, boost your confidence, or find balance in your life, this podcast is here to support your every step on the way. We believe that self-love is the foundation of living a fulfilled and joyful life. And together we explore practical tips, insightful interviews, and transformative stories that will leave you feeling inspired and motivated. So join me Monday through Friday as we embark on this daily adventure of self-love. Tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast to start your day on a positive note and discover the limitless potential within yourself. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2024, and welcome my beautiful people here to another episode of the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we are diving into a topic that touches us all deeply and vital for our mental clarity and focus in nurturing our journey of self-love and self-care. But today I have our resident therapist, Dr. Will. Hey.
Hey, I am gracious and grateful to be here.
I like that, gracious and grateful. I like that, Gigi.
GG.
GG. So let's do this. Let's take a quick break and then let's come back and let's get deep into this topic today, right? You ready for this?
Wonderful. I'm ready.
All right. It's your girl, goddess, Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we will be right back.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
See, I told you it's gonna be real quick, right?
Yeah. I was like, I didn't get up. I was like, nope. I was like, nope.
All right, my beautiful people. Well, welcome back to the Season of Self-Love. I am your host, Nyomi Banks here, and I am here with Dr. Will. And today we're talking about boosting mental clarity and focus. Yes, I need a nice little sage around here and some other stuff just to give me some nice little clarity, little clearness right now. Because today has been one of those days.
It's where you almost had to step outside yourself, and then you had to come back.
Yeah, it's funny because this morning I woke up great. What's that, Tony the Tiger? Great, like that, like really. And I took my mom walking, and we walked 2.5 miles today.
Oh wow!
We walked 2.5 miles today. And then we went to the supermarket and to the store, and that is where a trigger happened. And so I said, okay. So I got it back in the house, and then I just started working. So what I didn't do, shame on me, is I didn't go ground. I didn't go do anything.
I say you didn't ground.
No, I didn't, my people. So let me say this. I want to apologize to everybody right off. Because I know damn well I should be. I'm gonna be real right here. I know damn well I should not be doing this right now today, but I have to. And the reason why is because I should have been cleansing and clearing myself completely, and I didn't. I did a nice little rush job before because I was still working. I was working. I know. Don't look at me like that because you're looking at me like you know.
So I'll say two things. One, it's okay because in life you're humaning. That's all. You're just having a you're having a very human moment, and and as healers, we have to accept that we know all the things we're supposed to do, but it's the humility that makes us such powerful beings.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as you can acknowledge the blind spots, that just makes you such a better healer anyway. So I commend you for your ability to make yourself accountable and also find the humor in the. And I shouldn't be here right now. This is your show. Yes, you should be here right now. You're like, I shouldn't be here. Yes, yes, you should be here.
Because energy transfer is so powerful, and I know because I am.
Mhm.
That's what's going on with me right now. So I literally know and I understand, and I was like, okay, let me go take me a shower. Like, let me go. I
Mhm.
even shaved off, the side of my hair. Like, okay, let me just get it. And
Mhm.
then it
Yeah.
was all that stuff that was happening. Like, girl, and you just gonna keep on
Mhm.
going, ain't you? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, and if the video freezes, I will let you know, and I'm not gonna let you just stay like this for I'm not gonna let you do that. I'm gonna let you know immediately. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm not gonna do that to you. I'm still friends. Still friends. I'm not gonna do that.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, my beautiful people. So let me tell you something. Today is going to be really real raw and uncut today. When we talking about
Yes.
clarity and focus, this is exactly what we're talking about. So you can actually see Dr. Real in real time. Like, okay, let's take it back a little bit. Yes, you
Mhm.
all get ready to see it right now.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna
Oh,
do this.
all right, my beautiful people. So you know how we always start this off, and I'm going to volunteer Dr. Will to lead us all into this
I'm honored.
into this guided meditation because y'all know Sister Girl right here, God is right here. I need it right now. So I need to hear his smoothing voice just talk
Mhm.
to me while we are so I can get grounded right now and centered. So I welcome you all to join us in this moment.
Yes, we will do an elemental grounding. So I want you to just sit back, allow your back to feel comfortable, allow your shoulders to feel comfortable, allow your mouth, your jaw, your eyes to just relax. Follow the breathing of your heart, the breathing of your lungs, the breathing of your body. Your whole body moves when you breathe. Allow the air to pass through you. I want you to start with the ground, allowing your feet to feel the energy coming up. You inhale, you exhale understanding. You inhale clarity, you exhale understanding. You feel the air going through you, understanding that the air is surrounding you, nurturing you, waiting for you to breathe it in and to release it, just like the problems we all face. Allow yourself to swallow the liquid, the water in you, the saliva. Allow yourself to remember what it's like to reset. And allow your heart to have that burning and fiery passion of being present, knowing that it's meant to keep us warm and it's also meant to be a light. We are the elements for each other, in which each breath we are connected. And as you come back, allow your last breath to confirm and validate all four elements. Ashe.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. All right, to my beautiful people, if you are new here to the Season of Self Love podcast, this is something that we do every day, Monday through Friday, just to help center and ground us. And if you have in a real time, I needed that. Thank you. Thank you.
Of
Thank
course.
you. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Ooh, thank
Mm.
you for that. Mm,
Yeah, elementals. I love working in the elements, especially
yeah,
with the other types of. There's so many different types of elements we don't talk about, but sometimes you just have to recognize that all four elements are around you at all times,
yeah,
and you truly have to be an avatar, I guess you could say, in
yeah,
your own right.
yeah. Thank you. Thank you for that. Truly. Thank you. All right. So today we're talking about boosting mental clarity and focus. And with mental clarity and focus, they are not just it's just not luxury, but it's all about the essence of the mind and self care that allows us to navigate our days with intention, and grace, and understanding. And so today we'll explore actionable steps to enhance our mental clarity, from mindfulness to techniques to ground us, as we just did a little part of it, in the present, to simply breathing exercises, um, to just remove the clutter that's in our thoughts, and even productively hacks that align our deepest values. So let's dive into more fostering mental clarity and focus that we can transform. All right. So, Dr. Weir, what are some actionable steps to enhance our mental clarity?
Before we can become clear, we have to understand what isn't, right? We have to understand, am I foggy? Do I feel stuck? What is blocking me from being clear? And this starts out with self-care, right? We talk about self-love often, but we don't talk about the maintenance of self-care. And so it's really important to understand that when we talk about clarity, we have to understand what is the impasse or what is the blockage that's occurring for us not to feel like we can be present. And before we get to the intricacies, like the real nitty gritty, let's
Mm,
just talk about the simplicity of things. Did you nurture your mind with food? Right? Did you get enough sleep? Did you get enough rest? Did you shower? Did you care for yourself?
mhm,
Because a lot of times, a lot of mental clarity is based upon the way we approach the day and the confidence we have to actually go through it.
mhm,
And so, a lot of times, the clarity that we need is just the validation or the internal confirmation of knowing that we can be present in this moment. And so, I always want to make sure that the body is first. Making sure the body is first. Did you stretch? Did you eat? Did you hydrate? Right? And then emotionally, are you worried about any connections that are going to be happening during the day that might be actually important or might be mentally draining, right? To your actual ability to get through the day, right? What are your barriers that you're going to be going through? I call them hurdles, right? When you're running track, you know, you're not jumping in the beginning. You got to wait till you get to the hurdle first, right?
mhm,
So the timing of your relationships and the timing and the impact of when you're going to be seeing people, are they gates? Are they hurdles? Or are they barriers?
mhm,
What's happening in your life, right? And then the spiritual aspect of it all is understanding what is the meaning of this moment for you. A lot of times when you have a block or you have a mental clarity issue and the inability to focus, you have to ask yourself, what is actually going on with me?
right.
There's wisdom. When you have a barrier, that's wisdom, not a problem. That's wisdom. And especially in IFS therapy, all parts are welcome in IFS therapy. So when you have a blockage, it's actually a part that's blended with you. And this part is trying to tell you something. And you have to have enough self energy to understand that this part is not trying to block you, but trying to help you understand something. It's protecting you from something.
Mm,
Are you going to listen? And so it's important that you don't become a juggernaut in your day because there are so many ways to live life. There's so many options on how you want to live your life. And if you only see it in one way, you're missing out on many opportunities that you can express yourself. So I would start with just the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual aspect as far as starting out with mental clarity.
that's a good one. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that was
Mm,
yeah. Yeah, that was a good one. So let me say this. Let me say this. There was a few things that you said in there that it kind of hit. It was like, okay. Um, I remember a conversation we had last week, and we were talking about the balancing of, you know,
Mm,
we talked about, waking up and, about intentionally. Like me, I go through my day intentionally. Like I know what it is that I want to do. I know what it is on how I'm going to move with it. Even with my mom. And this is me. I either I'm gonna go in here, knock on her door, and either she gonna say, "Yeah, I want to go," or either she gonna say, "No, I don't want to go." And so my thing is to allow her to do what she wants to do and continue on with my day. But also prepare myself. She might change her mind and forget that I even asked her. And still, you understand what I'm saying? So with me preparing for my day is it has to be options. And I don't want to
mm,
say options, not there has to be a different scenario. Like I have to prepare for a different scenario. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Yeah.
So did you plan on stepping outside of your frame?
Today, did I plan on that?
Yeah.
So let me say this. No,
Hmm.
no, I didn't. No, no, I did not. Because honestly, I thought I had it all planned out on because I was going to be accepted of whatever happens. But what I do realize is that I didn't do my self care I didn't go and ground when I came back, when I realized that I brought all of that, like I have all of that energy on me that I didn't do anything with it. I just came and started working.
Hmm.
So instead of me going and taking care of myself spiritually, mentally anymore, I didn't. I just came right into work mode and been
Mm,
working since then until time for me to go take a shower. You know what I'm saying? I took a shower this morning. I go
yeah.
took another shower thinking, but I didn't do what I had needed to do. So that's how
Wow. Okay.
you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
How,
yeah. I call it being self-centered. I call it being becoming self-centered. So
hmm
there's a difference between being selfish and being self-centered, right? Being self-centered means the way that I think, the way that I know, the way that I feel, and the way that I am are all aligned. That's
hmm
self-centered.
hmm
And so like you did the cleansing,
hmm
but did you validate and confirm the awareness of what that meant for you, right?
no,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So even when you were speaking there, even and to be very and I'm gonna be very honest with the audience too. Even sitting here now, that's why I said I shouldn't even be sitting here now because I still feel out of whack. Even though you came and you helped ground me, I still feel out of whack.
Mm. So it sounds like a spiritual. Remember, I said so you have the physical, the emotional, which you got done, and
Hmm.
then now it's the spiritual aspect.
Yeah.
And so it's for me, it's wondering what is it that you need to feel seen?
Mm. Wow. So let me say this. I knew you were going to ask me that question, but guess what? I don't even have an answer.
Mm. So principle 2 of my model: unmet needs result in irrational behaviors. So there are some needs that you have to state, and when you don't meet those unmet needs, it
Hmm.
causes the irrational behavior of thinking that you're not grounded. You are grounded, but there's something that you don't have right now that you use to show up in this moment. What is it?
Like seriously, I don't like.
Hmm. Can we try something?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Let's go for
Yeah. Okay. Let's try it. Let's just try it. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna try a rim technique.
Okay, okay.
That cool? All right. So what I need you to do for me is I want you to finish this sentence. Doesn't matter what the word is. Doesn't
Hmm.
matter whatever comes into your mind first. Don't worry about whatever it is, okay? If I blank, then blank. Fill in the words. If I blank, then blank.
Mm. If I fail, then I fail.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then if I fail, then
Say that again because it went out.
yeah. Yeah. So then if I fail, then blank.
Then if I fail, then I do it again.
If I do it again, then
I get better than I did the last time.
and if I get better than I did the last time, then
Then I will continue to learn lessons.
I will continue to learn lessons. Okay. So, based upon what you just did with me, you have two motives. There's a difference between motive and purpose. And when you live in motive, it's like a survival, or it's not, it's like a carb. Feels good in the moment, but it never really lets you live, and it
Hmm.
takes you away from your purpose. And so the two motives that you have, hmm, interesting. Okay. So based upon what you said, this is what so what we just did is this. You said if I fail, then I fail. If I fail, then I do it again. If I do it again, then I get better than I did the last time. If I get better than I did the last time, then I will continue to learn lessons. And if I continue to learn lessons, right, then it keeps going, right? I broke it down and put it in my into to my motive analyzing. And so the two motives that you have right now, you are mentally obligated and emotionally unequipped. Mentally obligated, emotionally unequipped. And so what's happening in the top part is if I fail, then I will continue to learn lessons. You don't want to keep having to keep learning lessons. So it's like I can't fail because then I'll keep learning these lessons. I just want to learn lessons so I can move on. But in your heart, if I get better than I did the last time, then I will continue to learn lessons. That's interesting. So what's happening is that you're battling between failing and getting better. And in the middle of this, it's the fear of the learned lessons. So what is the learned lesson that you're going through right now that's making you have to decide between failure and wanting to be better?
You
What is it
know,
really?
what I think it is, what I believe that it is. I believe that because right now I'm going through a new journey, and it's not this. It's a whole new journey that I'm going through. That um, and I'm trying to make it all work and not have to leave something behind. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So not to leave this or this, but make sure that I'm able to do it all. So in that aspect, trying to do it all, trying to do it all, it's like, okay, how, especially something that I don't know, that I have to do research for, that it has to
Mhm.
take not only my time, but my understanding. I have
Mhm.
to be there for this person, mind, body, and soul. That's something, and that's something that I don't want
Mhm.
to fail
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's so there's a polarization, right? On one end, you have this mental obligation of failure, the thought of failure. And then you also have this emotional drive of wanting to get better than the last time
at. Hmm.
because this learned lesson is really valuable to this connection that you
Hmm.
have.
Hmm.
So it's a teeter-totter,
Yeah.
you know? And so, as the great Rudyard Kipling said, if you can meet triumph with disaster and treat those two imposters just the same,
Hmm.
right? If you can meet triumph with disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. It's one of my favorite poems. And we're learning that what is really the value of a lesson? What is really the value of a lesson?
For me, the lessons that I've learned, I have been able to apply them all into my life today, all of them. And so,
Mm,
even in this, and this is a strange thing, even when you asked me that question, and the first word that came to my mind was failure. And I started to not look at them as failures, but as choices. But why I looked at this as a failure, because this was not my choice.
okay. Okay.
You
Okay.
understand? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this wasn't my choice not to take care. It wasn't my choice
Mm-hmm.
that was brought to us. Does that make sense?
Right.
And so for
Exactly.
that
Mm-hmm.
much, um, there is no map for any of this, period. And so I'm walking through it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. And I'm so glad you said this because principle 5 is purpose is the human compass.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so through this process that you're going through, the real question here is what do you want to be known for in this process?
Ah,
Yeah.
it's funny that you say that, because
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I hold on very tight to this, is that, and even speaking to my mom about everything, like I said, I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to look at it in a different way. Like, this is not a curse. If anything, this is a blessing. This is something that's bigger than us. So we have to figure out how can we be able to get through it. You know, she probably don't even remember this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that we can get through it, but also that through all of this, that it can help someone else. So if anything, that I can encourage, inspire, that this is not the end of all ends. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing it through real time right now. So it's not like I had years to for this to come, and stuff like that. Like, it's happening, like, right now, as I'm doing other work that's a part of my purpose. So if anything, this is just on top of, or in injunction with, my purpose all. So my thing is just to be encouraging, inspiring to others, is what I want to be known
Mm-hmm.
by. That's I'm not I am really that goddess. I am really that goddess.
Mm-hmm. You need to be your own deity. You need to be the deity that you have been.
Right. Period. That's
what does this goddess need right now?
That is
That's
a
principle two.
vacation.
And so the unmet need, principle two, the unmet need that's causing the irrational behavior is the fact
Mhm.
that you need your time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to honor the deity within you and plan your vacation.
That I've been planning a vacation.
Good, good, good. That's a start.
Yeah, I have been planning a vacation. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I've been planning a vacation.
And back to my question, what's the value of a learned lesson?
For me, was the value of a learned lesson that it's a tool for me. A learned lesson is a tool for me in the present moment.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
mm, that's beautiful. So
Mm-hmm.
it sounds like failure and wanting to do better, it's really just really a compass. It's more of a marking or a measurement to what you actually can do with that tool. Those are
Mm,
just those are just parts for the tool
yeah.
rather than actual identity conflicts or identity issues that you're going to be going through because you've already claimed the goddess within you and the
Mm-hmm.
identities of what you need and the purpose that you're living. So it's really beautiful to know that you can actually use your failure as a tool just as much as doing better. It's a tool. They're not states of being or states of accomplishment. They're
Mm-hmm.
just tools for you. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people don't have that space yet. They haven't grown into that space yet.
Mm-hmm.
But you've learned through your learned lessons that you've become not above, but your emotional, social, economic status is a little higher to move forward into that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to take the indifference that you're feeling with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So it wasn't you not being grounded, it's you just not recognizing who you've always been for yourself. Reset, remove the saturation, embrace your truth.
Mm,
RESET.
mm. Y'all, I'm on the couch again this morning.
And you're doing so well. You're doing so well.
On this damn couch again this morning.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad to be on your couch. I'm glad to be
Yeah.
on your couch. Thank you. This is just
Yeah.
it's funny how just how this, like, seriously, I was very excited, like this, just very excited, like, okay, all right, let's get this
Mm-hmm.
morning going, excited. I knew we was getting ready to do this show, like,
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, okay,
Right.
okay, okay. And
Yeah.
it's like, huh, okay, hmm. Try to, try to get him. It was just like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you for
That's
that.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I just wanted to see what your motives were and what your purpose is. Sometimes when when your motives start leading your purpose, you feel out of array. You feel
Mm-hmm.
out of alignment because your
Yeah.
motives are just trying to just grab onto something, right? And then with purpose, it's still, it's like it has internal reciprocity. Oh, I had to recognize myself,
Yeah.
and you just said like, oh, I'm the God. I
Mhm.
Let me get back to me. Let me
Yeah.
reel that back in. And motives can help you if you use them for what they're worth, not for the
Right.
purpose that they aren't.
Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's do this. Let's take a quick break, and then we come
Mhm.
back, and then we can get more deeper. To hopefully, I'm able to get off the couch.
You're gonna get up. You're gonna get up.
All right, it's your girl, you got us, NmW&x here on the Season of Self-Love podcast, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to the Season of Self-Love podcast with Nyomi Banks, where every day is a chance to embrace self-discovery and personal growth. Join Nyomi on a transformative journey, streaming exclusively on Spotify and Breaker. With daily episodes from Monday through Friday, podcast is your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and self-love. Dive deep into engaging conversations about self-care, mindfulness, and personal development. Naomi brings you expert insights, practical tips, and uplifting stories from thought leaders in the field. Embark on a journey of self-discovery and unlock the power of self-love. Mark your calendars and tune in to the Season of Self-Love podcast, available every weekday on Spotify and Spreaker. Remember, it's time to prioritize yourself and embrace the beautiful season of self-love. Get inspired and join Naomi Banks on the Season of Self-Love podcast.
Washington Wellness Institute focuses on healing always. For me, if I look good, then I feel good. If I feel good, then I share the good. If I share the good, then I celebrate the good. If I celebrate the good, then I live the good. So I can be paid to be my greatest. But I have to learn the good to be the good.
So, what does it take to be the greatest? It's as simple as a free 15-minute consultation. Be kind to yourself and heal always.
All right, welcome back. It's your girl, Goddess Nyomi Banks here on the Season of Self-Love podcast. And today we're talking about boosting mental clarity and focus. In the last segment, I was on Dr. Will's couch because I was really having a human moment.
You're having a human moment.
I was having a human moment right here, right? And you know what? This is what the Season of Self-Love is about. This is what I'm real, raw, and uncut. Like I can't do nothing but be me. And that's the only way that you can truly show people how to get through it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. I love the way that you said that because I think many people are usually when they have their human moments, there's a cost. And so they don't get a chance to really have that human moment. And so I think allowing you to be a model and an example of the grace that can happen in that is really I'm really glad that you can really own yourself in that.
Mm-hmm. You know, I have to, and I truly believe that everybody should. You understand what I'm saying? I believe that I truly believe that everyone should. We live in a world that's been taught to us about being perfect in every single way, that we're supposed to be winning in every single way. And it's like, how do we win if we don't lose? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
We don't lose because at some point in time, we're all winners in a sense, but getting there, we had to lose something to become that winner because those again are lessons. We don't come in knowing everything right away. You understand what I'm saying? We've been set up in this society that we have to relearn everything. And then some of the things that are taught to us, they're not what they're supposed to be, you know? So now we have to go, especially me, Big 51. You know, there are things that I have to unlearn to relearn. You know, through the process of unlearning to relearn, then there's new things and new situations that come up for you. And I don't care who you are, you can be a billionaire, you can be the smartest person in the world. You understand what I'm saying? But these situations will happen. And for me, being a recovering perfectionist, I had to like really be real raw and really show that it is truly about self-love. It's truly about having that intimate relationship with yourself and loving who you are. And the only way that you can do that is you peel back all of those layers to it. And if that means that I'm laying on the couch at Dr. Will's office right here, you know, on this to show this, because more people are going through the same thing, not, you know, can have a loved one that they're caring for or whatever situation that they have in a human moment. And a lot of people have these moments by themselves and not able to get through them. And so they find other ways to cover it. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I hate to say it like this, but there will come a point where we all will have to meet ourselves. And we won't like it. But we'll have to learn to love it. Right. And that is one of the hardest things, especially myself, I'm going through even right now, is learning how to love the parts of me other people don't like. And I'm learning that it was never about them. It was always about me.
Yeah. Hmm.
Right. And that's a scary truth. And I just told my client today that I did hypnotherapy with, you know, they were scared of their own fire. And I was like, normally most therapists would say, let's frame it and create behaviors and coping skills around it, you know, and for me, I was like, no, I need you to step into the fire. Step into your fire. Because the truth is that your fire will never burn you. Fire has never said, "Oh no, I'm too hot. I can't burn myself." That doesn't work that way, right? And so you have to step into yourself. And a lot of us are afraid to do that because we're thinking about either a person, a place, or a thing that might try to take that authenticity or integrity that we want to have away from us,
Yeah.
or our good intentions that we have away from us. And so that can really create a lack of focus in how we want to heal ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, you hit it on the nose. You hit it right on the nose.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You hit it right on the nose with that one. Mm. And actually, that kind of go into this question right here. That how can fostering mental clarity and focus transform our overall well-being? So you kind of touched on it a little bit. So I want you
Hmm.
to go a little bit deeper into
Yeah. Level one, level two, or level three. Where we going?
it. Give me number three. See, I go all the way up. I'm a jumper. I like to jump.
Let's do it. Okay. Let's go. I'm excited. I see. I like playing with you. You're fun. See, I like this. It's great.
Yeah, let me go. I like to jump. I like it hard all the way. First,
All right. Let's go. Okay. So so the truth here is mental clarity is a product of awareness. It's a product of assurance, and it's a power of attitude, right? And so when you take these three things and you put them together, you allow yourself the chance to embrace the present moment. You truly allow yourself to live presently. And that is a gift to live presently. We are driven by our past, we are forced into futures that are not created by us. And so the fact that you can really create a mental clarity and focus when you see celebrities and they're in their element and you're just like, oh my gosh, how can they be this amazing? And how can they it's the amount of things that they have went through and drove through to maintain this moment of being present with you, there is a type of focus that is so beyond. It's a zone, right? It's a flow. But this flow and this mental clarity is because they've accepted the greatest cost of all, which is authenticity. They don't believe in anything else than what they have in this very moment. And a lot of musicians, especially, go through this moment where when they're performing, that is the only thing that exists in their life. In that moment, time itself is truly relative. There is no hour long rehearsal, there is no hour long performance. It is truly note by note, sound by sound, breath by breath. And there is something in it where you don't have to even be a musician anymore. You really just have to understand how to channel in yourself. And so, mental clarity and boosting that is you recognizing the amount of control and chaos and taking those two and accepting them both as the same thing. That is the dive and the sinking that you want to have. You sink into that and you have to let go. It's so passionate and it's this brief window and where your inner breath and your external exhale are truly the same thing. It's a circular breathing. And so when you can round yourself out into this moment of passion, this moment of compassion, this attitude, this awareness, right? You have the ability to accept the cost of everything that you've been. And so if you want to boost your mental clarity and focus, you have to accept that what you're focusing on, you will win and lose. And the only thing that matters is if does the thing that's written on my heart stand out? Is the thing that's written in my heart still standing? Is there still integrity in that? And a lot of us have lost the integrity of our own hearts. And so we have to get that back. We have to get that back or else. we have never lived. So that's the boosting in mental clarity and focus. We have it. We all have it. But we just have to accept that it's something in our hearts that we have to stand with. And a lot of us are afraid of what that might mean to the people around us and the things that we may do.
Mm. It's one thing that stood out to me is the integrity of the heart.
Hmm. It's heavy. It's
Mm.
really heavy.
Yeah, that's a heavy one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And by myself, I'm working through that right now. The integrity of my own heart. And
Mm-hmm.
it's difficult because they say that God is written in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on your relationship with God or higher universe, who knows what's really there. But at some point, you're pressured into life where you're humaning and your heart is saying something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's amazing how many times we deny our hearts in the moments that we know we should speak.
Mm.
It's sad, you know. And so I wonder if even in your listeners, if they ever took the time to really ask them, what is my mind telling me and what is my heart telling me? And why are they different?
Mm.
We never get asked that. Even in a relationship. Do you like me? Yeah. Well, how do you feel about me? I feel all the way about you. Okay, well, what's your mind say about me? And what does your heart say about me? You get a completely different answer from them. You would get a completely different answer from them. So ask your viewers, ask your person or the person you're talking to or whatever it is, just ask them, you know,
Sometimes they love you. They love you, but they don't like you. For real. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mm-hmm,
I've been in situations like that before. Oh yeah, I love you, but
mm-hmm,
I like you. Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it's the integrity of your heart. You will be forced. You'll be forced, and you when you, it's hard to go to sleep when you know you're lying in your heart.
Mm.
It'll be difficult because what you're doing is you're wrestling with an identity, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not really wrestling with anything other than yourself.
Right.
And you make everything else your problem around you when it was really just your own heart not
Yeah.
being seen. You become
Well,
your own tornado.
yeah. Y'all hear that out there? We got real deep today. Really,
Mm-hmm.
really, really deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, really deep. We did. I was gonna ask you some more questions, but I think we should kind of lighten this up a little bit. Yeah, got pretty deep there. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. I was breathe. Let me breathe.
Yeah, that.
That's always a, yeah. When you unlock that part of you and it just comes out and words can just flow.
Mm-hmm.
That's it's a beautiful thing when you can flow with somebody and you
Yeah,
can just let go and you can feel it. You don't get to have that often.
yeah, yeah. That was deep, Dr. Will. That was. I mean, let me say this to you, sir. Let me say this to you, sir. I do appreciate you. Don't think that I know that I do know that I
Of
truly
course, I feel.
appreciate you. And but not only that, but also um, you stepping outside of yourself to even share your healing process. You know, so a lot of times we look at professionals as is yourself as being a doctor, a therapist, you know, say
Mm-hmm.
you don't need any help because you all know it all. And it's like, no, they are the ones they need it too. You know, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they need someone to be able to talk to have those conversations with that understands. And that's not
Mm-hmm.
looking to give them anything but just an ear. It may be you got this, or but not looking for anything. And I appreciate you sharing that with all of us because it ain't just me right now.
Right. I was like, hey y'all.
Yeah, it's not just me right now. It's all of us. And actually I think that's what makes this podcast even that much special is that we can come in here with our rawness, um, with our hearts being and the word that you said, man, I mean just coming with that. Yeah, I can't even say no more, but yeah, I thank you. I do. I thank you for that moment. I thank you for all the moments that you've given myself. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah.
We did it today.
Still friend. Okay, still
Yeah.
friend.
Man, I'm telling you, we out here. We out here. I'm telling you.
Still friend. That's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So y'all better get y'all some still friends out there.
Hmm. They're out there. They're hard to find, but once you get them, you got them. Once you get them, you got them.
Yeah, this was good. This was good. What started off,
Yeah,
honestly, this happened the way it's supposed to happen.
it
Actually, I feel
grounded.
a lot better. I feel back aligned with myself.
It grounded. It grounded. It did a nice little plane moment. That was good.
Yeah, but this
Yeah.
was it. This was yeah.
Mhm.
And we did. We talked about this is the thing. We truly had a real session with this topic.
And went through principles 2 and 5 and did a motive exercise. So we didn't even do the other three. You just did only two of the principles. It was really good.
Yeah. So y'all know y'all can go back here. I will say rewind, but you can go back and listen to it over and
Hmm.
over again. And yeah.
Hmm.
Mm. See,
Yeah,
look at
I have my clients listening to you. I have my clients listening to you in my lobby when they're waiting for the session. They're hearing your conversations, and they're like, "Hey, where's that part? Which episode?" They put the timestamps on some of the things you say. They're like, "Oh yeah, at 33:42, they circled that because that's where they stopped." Because I'm like, "We gotta do this session," and they
right.
stop at the spot and they'll write down the numbers. So like, if you do like stop, they stop and they come back and they go and watch. So that's really good.
Nice. I love that. I love thank you for
Hmm.
that. I saw that the other day too. I was like, that's some good
Oh
stuff
yeah,
right there. That was some good
yeah.
stuff. But let me tell you this, and we might talk offline about this too, because I really want you to come
Mhm.
back. It was a show that I did. Was it last Thursday? It was last Thursday. I woke up in the morning, it just came up in my mind. And it was about abandonment. And I think me and
Mm.
I talked about that a little bit off.
Yeah, we hit
off
that a little bit. Yeah. Mhm.
yeah. But something just I woke up then I was like, why is this still on my mind? And I had to share about me looking at it from a different perspective of looking at to where to embrace the abandonment of more of these are part of me and my tools on what made me resilient. You understand what I'm saying? So instead of holding
Mhm.
on to that abandonment and using it for why I ain't or why I can't do or why I'm angry or why I'm mad, release all of those things because one, know that that person that caused the abandonment feeling for you, I don't believe that they did that intentionally. You understand?
Mhm.
Sometimes people do things because of a survival mode of what they were taught. That's it.
Mhm. And
No,
what they went through. Yeah.
right. So you can't take, you shouldn't. Let me say, not say can't, but you shouldn't take that on personally, but we do. So now we have to look
Mhm.
at it in a whole total different way. Okay, in that abandonment,
Mhm.
what did I feel like? That allowed me to be there for myself. So what does that do? That
Mhm.
makes you resilient. We talked about this. It also made you to where you're stronger, that you can get through things. You understand? And I also know that
Mhm.
if anything, I can depend on myself.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And I think that when you learn how to parent yourself, you also learn the value of nurturing yourself.
Yeah.
And you realize that the wounds that you may not have healed or your parents never really did see,
Hmm.
because they can only do so much.
Yeah.
And so when you start healing your own wounds, you're also learning how to maintain your body and to maintain your own integrity which is something that we don't ever think about in self-care. And it's self-love that actually provides us the lifestyle we need to
Yeah.
do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, Dr. Will. I'm going to see you later this week.
All right. I'll find you.
All right, my beautiful people, as we close out this episode of the season of self love, I want you to remember that the journey to mental clarity and focus is deeply personal and intertwined with our practice of self love. So embrace the techniques that was shown here and be gentle with yourself and cherish this progress and make it step by step. All right. Again, thank you for sharing this time with myself and Dr. Will. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to the Season of Self-Love podcast. If you have any questions or would like to connect with us, you can follow us on social media. Just search for the Season of Self-Love on Instagram. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, feel free to email us at elevateme9999@gmail.com. And remember, you are worthy of love, growth, and happiness. So keep shining bright, and I'll see you tomorrow for another episode of the Season of Self-Love. Be good to one another and yourselves, and always keep it sexy. Sending light, love, and prayers.